Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. Jumping in and getting your rune for the energetic path is Othala. Othala is the very stable rune of your foundations, legacy, inheritance, income, what we're leaving behind in the world, what has been left behind for you. You could have received like an inheritance or a windfall of something like that. Could be working on your will, could have been blessed or challenged with aspects of what are you leaving behind in the world? What has been left behind for you? Are things going to be more perpetual and healthy rather than transitory or short-lived? Okay, so the stability, structure, foundations, the way we perceive and handle these challenges or blessings and aspects are what we have to consider for your energetic recent past here, Sagittarius. We'll get some more clarity moving forward, but this is beautiful work so far. I really think that you've been working on your legacy, working on what you have to leave behind for the next few generations, or 7 generations, as our indigenous relatives like to practice. In the energetic now is Isa. This is, okay, the negative aspect of this is stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons. So depending on how you're handling things or perceiving them or responding or reacting really determines a lot of that. So in the positive spin on this is a rune of rest. Isa is the ice that slowly freezes over the deep lake. And the slower it freezes, the less the impurities or air bubbles get trapped in the ice, and the further deep down you can see into the lake for that emotional depth, that emotional clarity, that deep current underneath of everything that's really within you. So I really see this as you pausing, needing to take a breath and maybe rest, reflect in this stillness, recharge. A lot of times this is like a 4 of Swords energy, and especially if you are left behind with a legacy of something, like somebody had passed on, right? A 4 of Swords energy is kind of like that, where you are meant to process these emotions. You're meant to go within, rest, don't necessarily be doing anything right now kind of energy, but definitely gain that emotional clarity and healing through that sort of rest and solitude and reflection and internal processing, really healing work. This could be, again, blessed or challenged with aspects of Isa here in your now. In your future, we see a better aspect of attachments with Fehu. Now, Fehu is cattle, wealth, abundance. Now, I see you pulling in multiple streams of income, possibly. Maybe this is an investment opportunity for you. This could also be what are you obtaining as far as abundance goes for? I mean, are these two closely related to you, or are they not? So Fehu, when our negative aspect of Fehu in the future here could be being distracted, the more abundance we get. So this is a balance of what's your relationship with abundance. When I say abundance, what do you think of? Do you think of money or cattle, like the rune suggests? Or do you kind of go a little bit a step further? Do you pause with that clarity and see this as more of a relationship with abundance, energetically with yourself, with divine source? Is it divinely guided? Is it an abundance of love? Are my outcomes tied to this abundance? Are there invisible strings attached to my abundance? Are there things that I need to heal aspects of for unblocking my abundance? So that's really interesting. Let's get some more clarity moving forward. I think I see this, though, as an increased sense of awareness and healthy relationships and aspects of abundance. Okay, I do see, my intuition wants to see this as maybe a challenge, like a familial type of legacy, or maybe even just your personal legacy, and wanting to leave behind an abundance of that moving forward. Like you want to leave your mark on the world, but maybe you're not sure what that is right now. But I see you coming to that answer. Yeah, you're having this in your influence of the now is Dagas. This is like the Temperance card in tarot, where this is irreversible. This is unavoidable. This is some influence where you're looking for that clarity. This is that kind of dualistic nature, like positive and negative, night and day. Dagas literally means day. This is like the true divine alchemy, like the Temperance card, having those two cups and knowing that you're at the center here, and you can mix any proportion of those two dichotomies, or maybe that false dichotomy even, where you're in the center and you're balanced at the 0 point where there is no movement, right? Where you are in that perfect center of the balance, and you are in that clarity, like the hourglass tipped on its side. You have the infinite clarity, and you're recognizing that you're like the butterfly in the chrysalis, not ever going to be the same again after this. So you're in the influence of a lot of clarity, needing clarity, wanting clarity, being blessed with clarity, having clarity just being kind of opened to you, like kind of like bam, okay, there's your clarity. And okay, so I see this as more of a going within for that clarity, especially with Isa there. Yeah, I see you resting and going within for that clarity. But what's your advice for the now? I mean, this is good that you're resting and going within for that clarity, because whatever this was in your recent past was significant enough to have you respond, hopefully, in this way rather than react, right? We can always turn that, if this is a reaction for you, you can always turn that reaction into a response. These are all irreversible here in the now so far. This is something you cannot avoid. If this reading resonates, consider a private session to explore your path, your energy, and the guidance of the runes more deeply. Each comment, share, or subscription helps this work reach more seekers like you who are looking for clarity and growth. Thank you all for showing up, for engaging, and for honoring your journey. Together, we are strengthened in this circle of awakening. Right now. Okay, so what's your advice for the now? Yeah. Sticking up for others, sticking up for yourself. The sense of justice, like the Libra scales of justice and balance, what is good and true and right and just in your divinely guided path, in the collective, in the world, right? Sticking up for your vector of victory here. This is the God Tears rune of Tiwaz. This is that dedication work, showing up, being diligent, and doing it thoroughly. But this is very much that turning that straight and narrow path into something tangible that you can actually apply to your life, and do so on a regular, consistent basis, right? Like a daily basis. The warning here with Tiwaz and the advice here is that the God Tyr, he sacrificed his arm to stave off Ragnarok, so therefore becoming a martyr. Now, you can easily, unwittingly, martyr yourself by being so dedicated, by being so into whatever this is that you're doing, that you're kind of ignoring the periphery, maybe unwittingly alienating yourself from others, therefore being a martyr. Make sure you know what you're sticking up for. Make sure you're fully aware with this masterful energy here. I would say be a little slow at first in this step forward. It's not a big leap, but definitely gradually ease yourself into this dedication. But this has been a huge healing journey. I'm getting in my intuition for you that this has been a huge transformative healing journey for you. And now you're sticking to that path. You're being more vigilant for yourself, for others, for your family, for your foundational work, for others, for your sense of justice, right? What is right? What is correct? What is true and good in the world? And look at what you get in the outcome. Now, remember, if you're signing up to be a martyr, remember what you're signing up for. Be fully aware of that, or don't be a martyr. It's just is that simple. In the outcome of all this, yeah, Pertho is huge. This is huge for you because this is a big unknown for you. And really what you do now is going to determine how this plays out. And through uncovering that mystery, it'll lead you to a better understanding of what your abundance is in the future, right? So Pertho is the gambler's cup. This could be making an investment. This could be taking an energetic leap where Divine's saying, I got you. Divine's got you either way. It's whether or not you want to repeat a life lesson or not, whether you learned this and you're truly masterful in your alchemy here, right? This is a rune of initiation, uncovering mysteries, the gambler's cup. This is like a pregnancy. So it could be a news of a pregnancy. So congratulations for you, or news of a birth. But this can also be a rite of passage, initiation, right? A friendly board gamer competition as well. It's anything like where you know how the energy begins, but you're not quite sure how it'll end, but you have a good idea. You want to steer it towards that best possible outcome, and through that you pivot and change with this energy, and you come up with a shifted perspective. You go in the rune facing one way, you leave it facing a different way. Shifted perspective, therefore being initiated. And I see you were looking at your foundation work here before, and through this process of the dedication of uncovering this mystery and taking this energetic leap, this gamble here for you, you're shifting your perspective into a healthier stance of what abundance is for you. All right, Sagittarius, that is huge for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you. The Soul's Journey Oracle deck is how we're going to get our card of clarity here for this week. These are beautiful, divinely guided messages straight from source, straight from divine source to your spirit, to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly one message of clarity. One card, please, of clarity for Sagittarius's beautiful, divinely guided rune reading. They're going through a huge transformation, a lot of changing inner work. What does Sagittarius need to hear for this week, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patience. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I know you want to get going on this. Make sure you have that clarity and be a little deliberately slow to start. All right? Everything in divine timing. All right? Be present. I accept that everything happens in divine order is what this card says at the bottom. And we're going to read about this card. Okay, Sagittarius? Earth has become a place of instant gratification. You must focus on the maxim that it is not about the destination, it's about the journey. The card has come to you because you need to learn clear joy of anticipation. The process of doing is rich in lessons, but when you concentrate only on the goal, those experiences are disregarded. Life is unfolding, and the more patience you practice, the more you will let the universal energy celebrate itself through you and bring the experiences and situations your soul requires. Sagittarius, you need to learn that there is a rhythm to everything in the universe, and the more you are living with patience, the more aware you are of the lessons your soul is studying. You are on a path. There are signposts. If you are speeding down the path, you will miss the little miracles and treasures that have been placed there just for you. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.